And now I'd like to introduce a few special guests who have graciously joined us this morning. First person I'd like to introduce is Regina Clay. There she is, in the back. Regina is the Howard County District Manager for Maryland's 7th District Congressman Elijah Cummings. Congressman Cummings has served in the U.S. House since 1996 and is the current chair of the House Oversight and Reform Committee. Welcome, Regina. It's so nice to have you. I'm also very pleased to introduce Calvin Ball. Dr. Ball made history in 2018 when he was elected as the first African American to serve as Howard County Executive. Before that, he was a 3-term member of the County Council, and in 2006 became the youngest person ever to be elected Howard County Council Chair. He's also a former county firefighter and EMT, and he holds a PhD in education from Morgan State University. We're so glad you could be here.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is such an honor to be here today on such a beautiful day. I'm so blessed. So our greatest gift from God is our lives, and our greatest gift back is what we do with that life. 50 years ago, we had an environment that was built with the materials of the day, the materials of segregation, the materials of anti-feminism, the materials of war. However, those materials here in Columbia built not just of the materials of the day, but built on a foundation for tomorrow. A tomorrow that we get to live in now, a tomorrow of inclusion, a tomorrow where there can be a Congressman Elijah Cummings or a County Executive Calvin Ball. And a County Executive and Delegate and friend and mentor, Liz Bobo. First female county executive in the entire state of Maryland. And so, as was mentioned, we live in a time of challenge, a time of division, a time when too many of our brothers and sisters feel cold and alone and suffer in silence. And a place even here, Columbia, where we have so much affluence and wealth and wisdom, we have brothers and sisters who are homeless. We have those who are struggling with addiction. And so it is incumbent upon us to renew our promise, renew our commitment. You see, there are so many people who, whether or not there's a County Executive Calvin Ball, are going to be just fine. But there are those people who are on the line who, because of us, will be better, who are right at the edge of a tomorrow that could be filled with hope and promise or defeat and despair. And so while sometimes we may feel weary, we need to hold on to that strength, because we need not just be strong for ourselves, but also be strong for others. And so on this 50th anniversary, while we aspire to 50 more, let's think about those 50 more years of love, 50 more years of hope, 50 more years of promise, and 50 more years of building with the materials of today an even brighter future for tomorrow. I have a certificate of recognition that reads, to acknowledge the 50th anniversary of one of the founding Columbia churches in Howard County, Maryland. This certificate is hereby presented on this 9th day of June 2019 to Kittamuqundi Community Church, and based in the historic Oliver's Carriage House. KCC is an independent ecumenical Christian church established by Columbia founder James Rouse. And you are an integral member of the overall faith-based system of community resources and services here in Howard County. And the contributions of your church staff, volunteers, and parishioners enrich the lives of members of our community, fulfilling basic needs and offering spiritual support to those in time of need. I proudly join Howard County government in celebrating KCC's 50-year anniversary and its ongoing role encouraging warmth, diversity, and inclusion in our community. Thank you.
It's now my honor to introduce Maryland State Delegate Terry Hill. Dr. Hill is a plastic surgeon who was elected to the House of Delegates in 2014, representing the 12th District. This year she is chair of the Howard County delegation and serves on several key committees. She's an alum of nearby Wild Lake High School. And she received her MD from Columbia University. It's a pleasure to welcome you, Dr.
Good morning, good afternoon. What a pleasure, what a pleasure. Pentecost Sunday and continuing the celebration of 50 years. Thank you so much, Reverend Claire. Thank you, Teresa and team and everyone. As was said, I grew up here in Columbia, moved here in 1969. Oh, wait a minute. That would be about 50 years ago. So how exciting this is for me to represent our delegation with you this morning, to congratulate you and to thank you for all you have done and continue to do for our community, for bringing the vision that is Columbia into fruition in everyday lives of the people of our community, for seeing beyond what is right in front to the horizons beyond, and for caring about people who are not only in our community, but especially for those who are not part of our community. I thank you for that. Your church has special meaning to me, one, because I grew up in the neighborhood, and two, because the building has always been so beautiful and always drawn in, because the garden is so beautiful. And a few years ago, I think when Reverend Heather was here, I came to service here, and she gave this wonderful sermon on the Beatitudes. This wonderful sermon that opened up a door in my mind and my spirit, and that I've continued to carry with me. I belong to another church. I belong to St. Bernardine's Catholic Church in Baltimore City, which is actually where Liz Bobo was raised. So the circles and the connections, you know, it's sometimes less than 7 degrees of separation. But Liz is also a mentor and a neighbor of mine. And I actually lead a Bible study that meets on Sunday. And I took that message from Reverend Heather back to my Bible study group. And for me to be here today, I actually asked our deacon to take Bible study for me today, and he did. You know, so God is just awesome. God works things out, and we often don't think things can be worked out. And so I'm so pleased to be here. And I actually, you know, I'm representing our state delegation. I have a citation. I don't want to take up all your time because I know you want to eat. But it was in my door knocking that I met Claire, because she and her family moved into a house right around the corner from where I grew up. And so you are all in my district right now, District 12. And it's just home. Your church, even though I've only visited a couple of times, feels like home. And I appreciate the warmth of the welcome. So I'm going to stop all that to read this citation from the Maryland General Assembly. Official citation. Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to Kittamuqundi Community Church in recognition of 50 years of dedicated service promoting peace, compassion, mercy, economic and social justice, and stewardship of the earth in Howard County and beyond. Presented on this 9th day of June 2019 on behalf of the Howard County delegation, Senator Clarence K. Lamb, Senate Chair, myself as House Chair, Senator Guy Gazzoni, Senator Katie Fry-Hester, Delegate Vanessa Atterbury, Delegate Eric Ebersole, Delegate Jessica Feldmark, Delegate Trent Kittleman, Delegate Warren Miller, Delegate Shane Pendergrass, Delegate Jen Terrassa, Delegate Courtney Watson. Thank you all so much for all that you do. God bless you.
Liz Bobo is known to many of us. She's a longtime friend and advocate for our church. She was the first and so far the only woman elected Howard County executive. She served 4 terms in the Maryland House of Delegates. Liz got her Doctor of Law degree from the University of Maryland and was admitted to the State Bar in 1992, and we're so honored to have her here.
So happy to be here, and you can't possibly be as honored as I am. Something that I don't talk about a lot when I exude about how much I love Columbia and how blessed I believe I am that I've been able to live here for so many years. But I believe that this building, although the people tree is of course the wonderful, beautiful people tree, and the Rouse building is that beautiful building, I believe that this building personifies what Jim Rouse wanted Columbia to be more than any other. And when I say that, I'm not speaking only about what takes place in the building, all the love and laborness and courage and faith, but I'm talking about the building itself. I come here every Tuesday night, ever since I left the legislature and have more time. I come here on Tuesday night for a meditation group. And just being in that room, it's hard not to feel in a state of contemplation and meditation. So it's just such a gift that this congregation shares this building so much with the community, so much. And on a very personal note, 6 years ago, some of you I'm sure know, my oldest grandchild, Zachary, died of brain cancer after a long, long battle with it. Although, you know, he really didn't battle it. I use that word out of, it's a habit that we use. He truly did not battle it. But he lived up to his last breath. And after he died, I knew I wanted to do something special, and it was very clear I wanted to come here. And you work with me on this, Art, and also other of you here. And we spent an afternoon with videos and recordings of Zachary. So now when I go in there for meditation, it's not just this building, Jim Rouse's Columbia, but it's where we had the last celebration of my grandson Zachary. So enough of that. We are living in perilous times, truly perilous. It doesn't mean you're a fraidy cat if you see it that way. And I now carry with me, I don't have business cards like I used to, but I had these made up because people frequently want to know how to get a hold of me. And here's the quote I choose. There may be more beautiful times, but this one is ours. And that's Sartre, John Wilson. So thank you for all that you've done, all that you do. I also am on the board of the Little Patuxent Review. I swore I wouldn't go on any board. But I'm on the Patuxent Review, and it's a 2 times a year publication. And the opening, the set off for every new publication is held in here in this building, and we had one just a couple weeks ago. So it's a joy to be here with you. It's and it gives me a very strong awareness that, as difficult as things are, I think when enough of us live with the priorities that this congregation spreads, that we will make it through this some way or another. And thank you.